Hey everybody, it's Brenda from Brey's Ways. Guess what I'm going to show you tonight? I'm going to show you my latest art piece that I did in about 20 minutes or so because I did a lot of blending with the paints that I used, and I wanted to show you guys the paints that I used, my brushes, and this right here is one of my favorite colors, my lipstick color, and I happen to have used the same color on my painting, so I will show it to you in a little bit. My brushes that I used was a round tip and a straight brush. It doesn't matter what size you even use. I like to use the medium sized ones. I usually stick to my medium sized brushes unless I really have to do some more delicate or intricate details on my art, on my paintings. But other than that, I just use basically just the medium-sized brushes because I do have larger ones than these and smaller ones, but these are my favorite ones that I usually go to. And of course I have my little tray of water, which basically is just a tray from the mushrooms that I usually buy at the grocery store. I like to keep these. I mean, I don't like throwing them away. They're nice and deep and they hold a lot of water and they come in very, very handy for me. I have a towel that sits on, and then here are the paints that I used, so you can see that my lip color is a lot like that purple right there. And my colors were the Wild Iris in the purple, the Admiral Blue, white, black, of course, and my floating medium. Now, all of my paints are from Apple Barrel. It's my favorite brand that I use because it's not so watered down that it's too sheer. And for the most part, nowadays, different brands, which I have definitely checked out, usually come a little too thin for me. And I don't like them to be too sheer because it's very hard to do what I like to do with those kind of paints. It's just going to be painting on top of painting on top of painting, and I'll never finish, and it'll just never look right because it's not applied directly to the canvas as is the moment I want to put it on there. It's going to be too watered down for me, and so I don't like the sheer paints at all. Anything that's too light for me is just not going to work. And as for the tube paints, I'm not too fond of those because I haven't found the kind that I also like as well. So I basically just stick with my Apple Barrel because they're cheaper and I get to do a lot for the money, and I'm pretty much satisfied with that. Now, as for the floating medium, I am not able to find anything like this in Uvalde, which is the town closest to me, which is about 10 miles away from me. I live in Connecticut, of course. And so I was lucky enough to buy this really big bottle of the floating medium by Folk Art. Uh, um, at Michael's when I went with my son to San Antonio. So yeah, I use this only when I really, really, really want to, or I feel like I want to do things a lot faster. Then I'll use this to spread my paint further, on my canvas. If not, I'll just use water. Or I just use the paints right out of the bottle as they are. My size of preferred canvas is a 16 by 20 canvas. Yes, I have done different sizes, different shapes. I've even gone really big, and yes, I have sold a lot of paintings in my years. But my favorite size canvas to go to is a 16 by 20. Basically, because it's not too big, it's not too small, it's just right for me, for the ideas that I come up with, and I'm still able to add a lot of detail depending on what it is, right? I can add as much as I want. I do go to 18 by 24 a few times. Anything under that or above that, it will just depend on what I come up with in my head that I want to do and put out there. Usually for bigger sizes, I will definitely do like seaside nautical paintings. I have done a few space paintings with a larger canvas, but I prefer to keep those to the 16 by 20s. As for anything smaller than that, or from 1620 down, I will do more subject matter. Like, when I want to do Halloween stuff, I'll do the pumpkins, or, I'll do more still life work on those. So, let me go ahead and show you guys what I did, and I'll see if I can explain to you what I did. And it's still a little wet. And first of all, I want to say I start off by painting the back of my canvases and my edges. And that way, whenever I go to paint, I always let what is put in the front extend to the side. So here's my painting. And it's a space type, you know, galaxy painting. And I do finish all my paintings with a varnish to bring out the color. It makes it much richer. Believe it or not, this is pretty dull, as you can tell by the light. And if you see some glare, it's only because some of the spots are still a little wet where the paint was put on more heavy. But yeah, I usually seal my paintings with a clear varnish to protect them from getting wet or, you know, scratched, or, you know, even from the sun actually. Paintings are never to be kept directly in the sunlight. It's very bad for them, especially if you're going to have it hanging somewhere for a very long period of time or for many years or whatever. You know, you don't want to put it where the sun hits it all the time, every day, for, you know, for a very, very long time. So this was one that I just had in my head that I wanted to go ahead and put it out there. So I did it, and it took me like about 20 minutes, because what I did is I painted it all black. As I was painting it, as I was putting on the black paint, I was also incorporating the Admiral Blue and the Iris Purple, you know, along in there. And then I went, after I had done the background with the purple and the black and the blues, then I went on top of that with more blue, white, and then more black in some places. That's what you see, these little specks right here. And then of course I overlaid it with the stars, which are basically just a wet brush with a lot of paint on there, and you just splotch it. You know, you just pull back on your little bristles and you let it go, and you get to put your stars. And depending on how much paint you put on your brush, you get the tiny itty bitty little stars that you see, and then you get the bigger ones as well. So yeah, so that was basically it on this one. I don't really like painting on camera, though I might do something like that later on. But for the most part, I just prefer to just do it, because it's very hard for me. First of all, my the camera, or should I say the phone holder light thingy that my son got me, is not strong enough to hold the weight of my phone. For some reason, the little ball joint thingy doesn't want to stay put, and it will literally flop down on me when I'm trying to use it. So I have to bring a rack over here and set it all up and everything like that. And I would like to be able to do that later on, so that y'all can see, like, basically like over my shoulder or in front of me. I don't know, you guys. Y'all give me y'all's tips as to where to get what for the camera or for my phone. I do have the camera light that I use all the time, my clip light that my son also got me. But the one that comes with the phone holder, you know, in the center of the light, the round ring, you know, that is the one that gives me a little bit of trouble. It's a great stand and all, but it's not strong enough to hold my phone. So I have to rig up something else. So until I can do that, I think I will probably either do my best to try to show you guys over my shoulder or something, you know, how I do paint. But it's so time consuming, and that's the thing. Right now I'm at 9 minutes, which is fine. Usually to do a painting or whatever, it will take me longer than 20 minutes. Especially if I start painting the back and then I have to flip it over and this and that, and then I start doing all the background work. That's going to take a long time. So if this is taking me almost 10 minutes just to explain and to show you guys what I did, if I was painting, it would take a long time, and then it takes a long time for me to upload it onto YouTube. But I will see what I do, and maybe I will eventually do that. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video with the painting that I just did, and you guys let me know on comments. Don't forget on comments how you liked it or didn't like it, or, you know, what other spatial kind of painting would you like me to try to do, or what. So Let me know. And also don't forget to click the like button, and just let your friends and family know that I'm here, and if they're interested in seeing any artwork, well then, direct them into my Brey's Ways channel. So until next time, guys, this is Brenda from Brey's Ways. Y'all stay happy, y'all stay safe and careful out there. Love you guys. Bye bye.